and welcome back to Midlife Second Summit. So happy you're joining us. In this video, I'm going to show you the rest of the kayak, whitewater kayak instruction. I'm going to show you the full, let's say, director's cut with all the comment that I could get in my footage of the instructors and what they're teaching us to do. So if you're really interested in starting to whitewater kayak, you're probably going to want to watch this full video. It's going to be a long one. But for those of you that are very interested, hopefully you get some value out of it. And for those of you that enjoy our channel for a little more action, we'll post another video right away for you guys. So don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a thing. So this is our whitewater kayaking crew here. Hello. Hey. So everybody say hi.
Hello.
We're gonna kill it today, right?
Yep.
Awesome. Look at those boats. It's gonna be fun.
First off, it's gonna be up to 90 today, which means I recommend wearing neoprene and swimming a lot, which both can be accomplished today. The water is about in the 50s, so even if it's super hot out, I would say if you're not wearing neoprene and you go for a swim, you're going to be gasping a little bit. That being said, to wear this or not. And your boat is going to be actually attached to your boat. It's going to be cold.
I'll suit it up.
What we're going to talk about right now is what's inside. That's how you're going to fit in. We have a bunch of things here that are going to make points of contact with our body. I'm going to need you all to help me, as I call them out, find where those things are in the boat.
So there are lots of trees, maybe bridge pillars, rocks, that sort of thing. So we want to paddle or swim away from those things. If they look hazardous, they probably aren't, okay? So we do not want to go towards those things. Alrighty. If you find yourself out of the boat, that's okay. That's probably going to happen today. There's a few things that we're going to do. The first thing is we're going to always point positively. So if I'm pointing in a direction, that means I want you to go to that direction. If I'm like, go that way, it's because there's hazards over somewhere else, like a shark. Hopefully not a shark. But I want you to swim that way, okay? When you guys swim, if you swim, you guys are our #1 priority out of everything. You obviously have a lot of gear, but you guys are our #1 priority. If we are not going to get you right away, that's okay. That means you're probably in a relatively safe spot, and we're going to point a direction for you guys to swim, and we want you guys to go to that direction, and then we're going to go after your gear, okay? Something that you guys can do to help us out is hold onto your paddle, okay? We'll get to swimming with the paddle in just a second, but if you guys can hold onto the paddle, it makes our job a whole lot easier. Okay, sweet. If you guys are super, super far away, you might use one of these things. Throw bag or rope in a bag. It's pretty advanced technology. It's just a rope in a bag. So if you guys are super, super far away and we throw one of these at you, your name is now Swimmer. We're going to be aiming for your head because that's going to be the only thing we're going to see bobbing up go along. We hit you in the face. Don't throw it back at us and say, what the heck? Please grab onto this. If you are grabbing onto this, we want to grab the rope, not the bag, right? There's 70 feet of rope in this bag. If you grab the bag, you're going to see what 70 feet of fun looks like. Okay? So grab the rope. When we grab onto the rope, we want to get pulled in backwards. So we're going to put this over our shoulder and grab it both thumbs up. And we're just going to get pulled in backwards. The reason why we want to get pulled in backwards is because if you get pulled in forwards, you're just going to be getting waterboarded. Right? It's not going to be super fun. Okay? We also don't want to wrap this around ourselves, so no bracelets, no necklaces, no belts, nothing like that. That's all bad no-no. Okay, sweet. There's a few commands that we might do or say on the river. So the first and most important command is going to be this. This is us asking if you are okay, physically okay, okay? So what that means is if you are at risk of losing a limb, or you can tell something is seriously physically wrong with you, or your life is at risk, I want you to give me an X or don't do anything back. If you are okay, I want you to do this signal right back. So let's practice. If I'm giving this to you guys are okay, sweet, okay, awesome, good stuff. Our next signal is going to be to eddy out. So what is an eddy? An eddy is a piece of slack water, or where the current isn't pushing you downstream. So usually they're on the sides of the river, occasionally they're behind big rocks in the river. So we're going to be wanting to catch the slack water today, to pause to do some lessons. So what that's going to look like is if I'm swirling my hand or my paddle in the air, this is telling you we're going to catch an eddy. The one that I point to after that is the eddy that we're going to go to. If you guys don't know where to go, follow one of us, okay? It's pretty straightforward. If you are not with the pack, something's probably wrong. Okay? We should be like a group of ducklings, and we're two mama ducks, and you guys are our little baby ducklings, okay? So stay with us, stay with mama duck. Okay, great. Another signal that we're gonna give is paddle in the air or hand in the air. This basically says you're good to go. Like, start moving downstream. Whatever you're about to do, you should do it. Okay? So if you're in an eddy and you're waiting to go downstream, and I give you this means start moving downstream. Okay? Sweet. The last signal that's important is the stop signal. So if I give you a big paddle and across like this, or like this, that means stop. Wherever you are, stop. Okay? So if you're floating downstream and I give you that, what should you do?
Stop.
Try to find some slack water, find an eddy, yeah. There are two types of swimming positions that I want to see you guys in. The first one is our defensive swimming position. So, our defensive swimming position should look like this. I'm just floating along like this. We want to have our nose to the sky and our toes to the sky. Does anybody know why we want to have our nose to the sky? Pretty straightforward. Yes, we can breathe, right? Awesome. Does anybody know why we want our toes to the sky? Yeah. Okay. So, if we try to stand up in the current, our size 10 foot might find a size 5 hole, and then we're gonna get stuck. Okay. So, if we get stuck, then the current's gonna be pushing us over, and we're going to be doing underwater push-ups. And if you guys are still learning how to breathe underwater, like myself, it's a really bad spot to be, okay? So, do not try to stand up in the river if there is current going by, and it's not like, if your PFD can touch the bottom of the river, you can stand up, okay? But if it's not touching the bottom, don't stand up if there's current. Sweet. The better option of that is going to be to flip over onto your stomach and give me your best Michael Phelps impression, right? So, odds are I'm gonna be pointing it for a direction for you to swim to, and I want you to swim to that direction. So if you're just floating on your back, it's kind of hard for you to go there. So, flip over onto your belly, start swimming, whatever. Everybody can swim, yeah, sweet, somewhat. These things
pretty good.
Okay, sweet, that's good. Okay, so I want you guys to do that. Great. Okay. I want you guys to come a little bit closer. We're gonna go over a wet exit now.
Only thing I have to add is that each of us are the pilots of our own craft. What that means is if Brooks is up at the front of the pack and gives a signal, and me all the way in the back of the pack, for example, doesn't see it, what we should be doing is relaying that signal through the pack. Sometimes people won't be noticing, but also that person at the front can now realize that everyone has seen their signal. So if you're in a craft with someone else and you're not the pilot, you trying to throw signals up is going to really confuse them. But for this, each of us is our own pilot.
First off, to put on your spray skirt, we want to put up the back first. So we want to wrap this part on the back of our cockpit, and then keep it low. And ideally,
He's got a really sticky one, that might not work for you guys.
and ideally, put it all around your cockpit. You might struggle a little bit, we'll help you out, it's okay. The most important thing here is that this pull tab is visible. first thing, tuck up. Second thing, you want to let us know that you're flipping, because we might be looking in the wrong direction or whatever. So we're gonna tap. Won't like smack, right? If you guys are just tapping, we're not really gonna hear. So make sure to be loud. So you're gonna tuck up and tap. Your next thing that you're gonna do is you're gonna find this pull tab and pull it, okay? The last thing you're gonna do is tumble out. So you're gonna like let your knees go forward and just let gravity do its thing, and you'll fall out of the boat. It's pretty hard to stay in the boat because you have gravity on your side. So once you pull it, you should tumble right out, but for whatever reason, if you're not, try to like push yourself out of the boat.
Just like you're taking off a pair of pants.
Yeah, you'll fall out. Okay, so let's go to that. The first thing we're gonna do.
Tuck. Tap.
Third thing, back, yeah.
Pull.
Pull. Fourth thing, tumble.
Tumble.
Sweet, okay. This stuff is very important. It's probably gonna happen today. It's no biggie.
For each of you, you've got the choice now. I want to see everyone in their boat, put their swim on, and take it off in the correct procedure. I would recommend, because we have a hot day and slow moving water right here, that you go ahead and try it in the water. However, if you're not feeling like you want to go immersed right now, we can do a dry land one. It's just going to be a little more acrobatic because you have to do that roll of gravity that the water in your PFD will do for you when you fall in.
We can do that right before we go. Cool. Okay. The next thing we're gonna go over is this thing. Okay. This thing is super handy dandy, but it's nice to know how to use it. This is our paddle. So my paddle has nice pink tape for where my hands should go. Your guys' paddles don't have that, okay? So to figure out where your hands are gonna go, you're gonna put it on your head and you're gonna try to make your arms be at a 90-degree angle, okay? Right here, like that. If they are two in or two out and your angle looks wrong, you're holding it wrong. So try to find that 90 degrees. This is gonna be that sweet spot that we're gonna wanna hold our paddle, okay? Awesome. The next thing is when we're paddling, we want to be able to kind of maintain that 90 degrees. We don't want to be going out super far in any sort of direction. This is called our paddler's box. If we stay in our paddler's box and keep good composure, it's not going to hurt our shoulders. But if we are doing all sorts of weird motions out here, if we flip or when we're paddling, it's going to start really putting strain on our shoulders. And for those of us who have bad shoulders like me, it's not fun. So yeah, make sure we stay in our paddler's box. We'll be critiquing your technique as we get on the river. Yeah. Okay, so in the event that I need to come get you and you're swimming in the water, first things first, I want you to try to find your way to the stern of my boat or the back of my boat, okay? What you're gonna do is you're gonna either grab onto this back one with both hands, or you're gonna grab onto these two, kind of seal, like push your body up on the stern. Yeah, and it will be obvious when I'm coming to get you. I'll be like, grab the boat, get on back, okay? If that happens, please kick your feet, all right? It's a lot of dead weight to be pulling two people, so please be an active participant. What?
Legs up,
Yeah. Okay, the next things that I'm going to talk about is swimming with your paddle, because hopefully, if you swim, you hold on to this thing. It's not the end of the world if you don't, but hopefully you do. Basically, you're flipped over on your belly, and you're just gonna use it like you would be paddling, like so. Are you gonna give us a demonstration?
It actually makes paddling surprisingly more effective than just using your arm.
Just like that. So, feel like you're not going anywhere when you're swimming and holding a paddle, try to do that. Awesome.
Oh, it's nice. Who's ready to get a little wet?
Oh yeah.
Let's.
Did we make sure our PFDs and helmets are fitted?
Alright, so we've talked about fitting your PFDs and helmets, but we're gonna give you each a personal check. I want you to go ahead, quickly unbuckle that helmet and make sure while it's unbuckled that we can do some head nodding like we're at a rave and that thing's not moving anywhere. Now I want us to clip it up and check that no more than 2 to 3 fingers can fit underneath our helmet between our chin. That way we make sure that it's not going to come over our chin and become pretty useless. So you might want to tighten down a little there. There we go. All right, PFDs. These things, like I said, need to hold on to your rib cage. If they're not holding on to your rib cage, they're going to be floating downstream. These are holding your whole weight when you're underwater, so they're going to be pushing up pretty hard. I'm going to mimic that by coming by and grabbing the lapel straps for you and pulling up. If I feel any motion, we're going to want to tighten those down. So that's real good. Ready? We're going to want to tighten that up a little bit, especially on the 2 down there. All right, Jody. Give me your lunch, buddy. You might want to tighten those. Tighten this big one here and the bottom one a little bit. That's feeling pretty solid. Good. Yeah.
There we go.
Okay. If you all would just do us the favor of grabbing your boat where it's set up for you.
It's time. I got you.
You two do your thing. On the side, just like that. Great exit. All right. Jody, come on, paddle up this way. Yeah. Good to get your first experience in a calm setting. Paddle on over towards me, Jody.
Okay. Oh, God. That's it.
Yeah, you could show the one-person grading method.
Okay.
All right. Are you ready? Do you want to practice a dry or a wet exit?
Sure.
All right. So you've gotten to see it. And here, yeah, we can go ahead and practice with your paddle. When you do come over, you can try to hold onto your paddle with one hand, or you can let it go and then try to find it when you come back up.
Okay.
I
think I'll let it go.
And you also, I can also just take it from you.
Okay.
And we can practice
That'd be
without
great.
it for the first one. Hands work pretty well. Okay, so real tippy. We're gonna practice a lot of making this boat go straight.
Okay.
Because it doesn't have a rudder, and also unlike sea kayaks, it doesn't have a pointed bottom.
Right.
The bottom is flat.
Right.
What it does have is edges though, so you can tilt your boat so that you kind of do have a pointed bottom.
Yeah.
But for right now, we're just gonna practice getting out of this boat. Talk me through what you're gonna do.
Okay. Is this deep enough?
Yep.
Okay.
Talk me through what you're gonna do before you do it.
All right. I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna tuck. I'm gonna tap, and I'm going to pull.
Tug.
And
tumble.
Tumble.
Sweet. Well, if you're ready to flip over, I'm ready for you.
All right.
If you're having any trouble for any reason, I'm right here.
Okay. All right.
Go for it.
Let's do it.
And just like that. Woo! Chilly?
Yeah.
All right.
We're
grab
good.
that boat. Let's try to get to shore. You can flip it over upright. Good.
Whew. Feels good, actually.
Yeah, it feels so good. going to be up front. We're going to make a block of ducklings behind me. I want you to keep 1 to 2 boat lengths between each of you. No more, no less. When we're on flat water, we want to keep that because when we're in rapids, it's going to want to expand our shape out more. We're going to want to be close together. I'm going to talk about moving our boat in a straight forward direction. It seems pretty easy, but as we might have found already, these boats really want to turn on this. So I'm going to introduce you guys to the first principles for this, but know that the motor stroke is going to be something you keep working on throughout the whole progression. So, the first thing that I want you to think about is your paddling position. I want us to be paddling proud today. What that means is I want us to sit up like we're at Grandma's house and even reach forward, put that chest out in front of us, and as we're paddling, I don't want us to grab this water right here like this with arms bent. I want us to reach forward, spear the water ahead of us, and pull it towards us. Okay? Let me see that. Reach forward, more Parker. You can reach with your paddle like this, like a spearman. There we go, proud. Okay. What do we do all that doing for power? What are we still missing? Control, steering, and control. So, our forward stroke is to take us forward, and we're going to talk about how we can keep that going. So, we are going to talk right now about paddle positioning as we're doing this forward stroke. Your paddling crowd and reaching forward is going to help you with this next step, but we have to talk about it explicitly. I want my paddle, when I'm paddling forward, to be close to my boat. Anyone know why that might be? It keeps you going more straight, and it stops you from going more turning. The more I reach out here, the more my boat turns with every stroke. So if I want to drive myself in a forward direction, I'm going to reach out, grab water in front of my boat, and then I'm going to pull it back. And when I pull it back, I'm going to pull it from my toes to my hips, or also known as my feet seat. This stroke stops at my hips. Any idea why?
If you go too far, you turn.
Past, yes.
Bingo.
Yeah.
I watched that video.
How many YouTube videos? Cool, smart. All right. When we paddle behind ourselves in that full arc, that back half of our stroke is what's doing all of the turning. That'll be useful when we actually want to turn, but what do we want to do right now?
Go straight.
We want to drive the straight line. So, we're reaching proud, we're reaching out far ahead of us. We're pulling our paddle back while we're close to the boat, and we're stopping at our hips. That's as far as we need to know right now, and we're going to just practice that. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's see it. Yes, yes. Woo! Look at that good stuff.
Nope, wrong way, wrong way.
That's my favorite part. Okay, so we've got some corrections to do. Your forward stroke alone is probably not going to go on a straight line. So we have to learn our first turning stroke, and that's called the sweep stroke. It looks like this. So I can turn my boat all the way around with one stroke. Keys here. I'm making a rainbow arc. I no longer care about being really close to my boat, I actually care about being far away from my boat. Because my goal is to turn, not to go straight. Okay. Try that with one stroke, you should be able to get a full 360, if not more.
Can you do it one more time?
Okay. What's happening with your boat, Kevin, as you do?
Kind of like leaning back.
Any of the buoyancy like changes of your boat? Yeah. So, it's going to be really obvious on my boat when I show you this. It might not be quite as obvious on yours, but watch the difference between 1 and 2. 1. Oh. 2. Oh. It's the difference between shoveling water onto the back of my boat and throwing it under my boat. I want to throw it under my boat because otherwise I'm just paddling water onto my boat that's going to stop me. This should make your turn a lot smoother without that bump. And now with one stroke you can completely turn your boat around.
Ah, shoot.
So now we're going to continue challenge forward. Try putting our forward stroke together with that corrective stroke. That's what we need to do.
Ooh. Almost went over. Gotta get my brace.
I want to bring my back of my boat to my paddle. That cues in my hips, turn my boat, and it makes it so much stronger. So, hips, this is just pulling a stroke. So think about bringing the back of your boat. My paddle's right here, my paddle's not going to move at all. I'm just going to pull my hips. The main thing I'll see with people when they're trying to execute a forward stroke and then correct themselves is they stay in their good forward stroke form. So instead of executing one sweep stroke, which is all they need, they're going to execute 3 forward strokes on one side. And they just use way more energy, and usually the momentum of your boat is not even going to let it turn. So if I'm going the wrong way and I have that turning momentum, I'm going to stop my forward stroke and consciously execute a sweep. Alright, we have our first little spot here. This is mostly just going to be shallow rocks. So, the water is going to go to the middle of the river in this part. So if we don't want to hit rock bottom, we're going to come out to the middle here.
Pretty cool.
I will have to work to stay where I am. You do not. This is the value of eddies. We no longer have to work our asses off to keep ourselves in one place. If we wanted to have lunch here, we could stop. We could stop here if we think there's something downstream that we don't know about. If we want to go and get out of our boat and scout it. We could stop here because it's fun. There's quite a variety of reasons why we might use eddies. What's the difference here between the current where you're at and the current where I'm at? Yeah. So, we're going to talk about how we make a maneuver here to get between these two currents. So if I paddle straight across the two currents, what might happen is I paddle straight up, and then this water that's moving downstream is going to catch an edge of my boat. And what happens then is I get what we call window shading. I get flipped over one way, and I find myself upside upside down pretty quickly. So for leave and eddy, we're going to practice end loop control, the tilt of our boat, and our feet. Is there any chance you want Lily to demonstrate us turn out of this eddy here?
I'm not very good at it, but I'll be willing to.
You'd be willing to? Well, that'd be awesome. We can talk you through yours, and we can talk everyone through ours. Yes. That was beautiful. Come on back in and we're going to break down some of the great things you did there. So, right here Lily did a few things in the initial setup before she even thought about paddling towards that eddy line over there. The first one I saw was some back paddles, which got her back far enough away from this eddy that she could drive towards it. So right about here is where she started, and notice where her boat was pointed. It was pointed upstream and at about a 45-degree angle. After that, she got forward in her seat and started driving towards the eddy line. After that, she banked her turn like this, allowing the boat to turn around in the current and stopping that edge from catching. So that was a great example there. And what I want us to focus on right now is simply the pointing in the right direction, the paddling, and the trying to bank our turn. Sound good? So I'm going to do it one more time and then we're all going to follow out. This is a pretty weak eddy line and we're going to experience some that are way stronger. I want you to get the feeling here.
Okay, follow Jonas out. Like ducklings, one at a time. He's Mama Duck. Go get him.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay.
Icicle correctly. So I'm focused on one second and moving. This is what we do with our forward swing. So we're thinking about momentum here. If we swing our bow one way and we do nothing, our bow is going to continue to swing that way until we have to swing it the other way. So what we need to do is be active paddlers. We need to swing our bow where we want it to go. I'm where I want it to go. I need to drive. Lock that boat into motion. These things want to keep going, and they have to be driven. They're not going to drive themselves. So once I'm done with my sweep stroke and I'm right where I want to be, on the opposite side of my boat, I will take a strong, reaching forward stroke. Yes.
Yep.
Once we sped up though, we have some leeway to get going. Let's see some forward paddling here, Lily. See if you can take a straight line to me. So let's watch. You can also notice how Lily here is just taking just as much forward stroke as she is on each side. If she's correcting herself, it's with a little forward stroke there.
Good.
Great. you're doing here, it's a good example is you're connecting, and if you need to turn yourself, you're just throwing a small stroke on one side and then a bigger stroke on the other side. So you can adapt, you don't have to pull each boat stroke the same power. But I also want you to see that Lilia just relaxed as she's paddling. You're going to try to clench up to go in a straight line, and that's the first thing to do. We want to be forward and ready, but we want to be relaxed in our seat. We want that athletic position, and we don't want to be wailing on every stroke, because then we're out of control. So we build up control, and then when we're at control, we can go powerful forward. So just practice paddling forward and adapting each one of those forward strokes to be what you need it to be. So if it needs to be just a little dip on one side and a strong pull on the other, let it be that.
Sweet. So, what that's going to look like, I got a sponge. Okay.
Important part of the game.
If you have the sponge, you are it. This is pretty simple. Okay. What we're going to do, all of us are going to pop our sprays real quick. I know. Just don't flip over. Okay. So, the goal, as me who has the sponge tag thing, is to throw it into one of your guys' cockpits. Okay? Sweet. Okay. If this gets thrown into your cockpit, you're now it, and now you have to throw it into somebody else. Okay? I'm in.
Get away from him.
Basically, it's tag. That's what has this today. I'm kidding.
No, you don't know how to play tag. You're supposed to get as close as you can to them without getting
So
hit.
basically, paddle away from me.
You gotta hide in this blind spot.
Okay, don't go too far. Like, gotta keep this reasonable.
If I get tagged, I'm going to the furthest person. Oh! He just zeroed in.
The power. She got away. All right. Yeah, it's my turn. Oh, you got it in.
This island's probably going to be lunch for us. Let's pop our spray skirts back on, and we're going to try to catch the eddy in that left channel.
Oh, almost got it. Okay. Okay.
All right. This can be lunch.
Leaving eddies, but I find them the most useful for wanting to use our boat to turn instead of our arms or our muscles or our paddling. So, because it saves us some energy. So, what is getting... Okay, first off, who here has skied or snowboarded? Everybody? Yeah? No? Okay. Almost everybody. Cool. So, I'll do my best and I can explain it a little bit more in detail, but I'm going to use some references. Okay, so like skiing or snowboarding, we have edges. On our kayak, we have 2 of them, one on either side under our boat. We like to use those edges to be able to turn, okay? Turning is nice. With maneuverability. The way we get on edge is we lift up one of our legs, like so, or like so, okay? So, I'm gonna do a little demo, and all I'm going to be doing is paddling straight, but I'm gonna stay on edge, and it's gonna allow me to turn. And it's gonna allow me to turn, okay? Sweet, okay, so. So, as you can see, when you get on edge, it turns your boat, which is awesome. There are 2 levels of edges we're going to be talking about, a level 1 and a level 2 edge. A level 1 edge is when you are just barely lifting up your leg, it doesn't matter which side. This is for turning kind of slowly, not super fast, or leaving or entering less powerful eddies, okay? So I want you guys to practice that now. Just lift up one of your legs ever so slightly and try to hold it, try to maintain it. It's kind of tricky, but you want to get used to being able to hold that feeling of lifting up an edge. Okay? How are we doing? Sweet. Okay, good, 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 good. Okay, good stuff. Okay. The level 2 edge is the exact same thing, but just a little bit more severe. That's for turning sharper or leaving or entering more powerful eddies. You don't have to go too much on that right now. But what we are going to do is we're going to practice paddling on edge. So, I want you to find a space of flat water, and I want you to paddle straight, but paddle on one of your edges, okay? And see what it does, okay? Try to maintain the entire time you're paddling. With my muscles or my lower legs when I'm maintaining an edge. We do want to push against the foot pedals to like lock our body in the boat so I feel super secure. Then I'm going to want to lift up one of my legs, which is going to lift up that edge. The other thing I can do is kind of push down with my opposite leg. Don't do it too much, otherwise you'll flip. But that should make you feel super locked in the boat and being able to hold an edge. If you feel like you're not locked in the boat when you do that, talk to Jonas or I. You should be able to fix that. Okay.
So, who here feels like when we were doing that previous big obstacle course, like they were kind of like a bus? They would try to go for a turn, and their back would spin out from away from them, and they would make a really wide turn. So, now watch this. I can carve a tight turn now using this edge where I'm turning around the front of my boat. There's no give. I'm literally turning on a dime there. So now we're gonna get past this island here and we're gonna see if you guys can do that activity that we just did, but 10 times better because you know how to turn.
I don't know if I'm ready for this. Okay. Okay. There we go. This is a little better.
Real good.
Okay, under control. Sometimes the river just has a different idea for you, right? Go for it. All right. I'm gonna go across.
Start turning, and you might turn yourself back in the eddy, okay? And our goal is to leave the eddy. So, we are going to look at this eddy line, and you see that fast moving water. And the second before we hit that, that's when we're going to pop on our edge, okay? Does that make sense? Sweet, okay. So what we're going to practice doing now is just the same thing as before, but I really want you to focus on holding your edge and getting on edge right before we hit the current, okay? Right before the bow of our boat hits the like back current. So like right here is what I want to pop on it.
Yeah.
Very good.
And that's why we go to the rock, because where the rock is, there's the least swirl.
Sure, I'll jump in.
When we want to stay in the eddy, we don't. We want to get out there. So we also don't want to be right here. Look at these swirls. Those are going to flip you. They don't know where they're going. They're making little whirlpools, whereas that current right there is making a straight line downstream. So, as I'm doing this eddy turn, watch what I do. I'm going to try. My goal is to get out into the current. One more time.
Okay. We're starting to talk about eddy turns. So leaving and entering eddies.
Alright. What was I doing there to make that easier for me? Edge 2. And where's my paddle going, Trisha?
Staying in the water.
Yes.
And ruddering, right?
Almost. But really what it's doing is it's catching current.
Okay.
So I'm not having to do things with my paddle because the current's doing it for me. So why does that happen? Because I reach both. So I'm in an eddy right now and we've talked about this. We don't have current, they have current. Current usually will make paddle strokes more resistant or stronger. So what I'm doing is I'm putting my paddle into the current that I want to get into. And now I'm turning around my paddle because I'm in the current. So pretty much all we're focused on here, I want us all to practice on this inside edge where we're going to be doing it, reaching forward for that stroke. Is that a reach? On the inside here. And I want us to notice, so I'm right here, my inside is right here.
Got it. Okay.
Trisha, can you come up here? And just like kind of position yourself far away from the eddy line, but about where you would be to attack it. Now, could you show me what you were just doing when you reached forward? Other side, other side. There we go. So, notice how the second Trisha reaches forward into that paddle stroke, her edge is one that's going more stable, but 2, that's just what your hips want to do when you lean forward and drive for that. So pretty much this reaching forward and taking a stroke is doing all of our work for us. It's getting us out into the current and it's automatically engaging our end. So try that. Try to paddle out and when you see that current, you can grab it. So just, yeah, plant in there and see how long you can grab that current. Too early, you grabbed furl. You see that? That current, it was just like, woo, 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 and it pulled it right in. Grab moving current. There we go. Light current, but you were already starting to turn around while you grabbed it. All right, you ready? Go for it. Outreach. We're gonna get there. Next. Almost? Too early, yeah. So we want to reach for that current pretty much when we feel our boat start to kick downstream. Go for it, Jody. You were also early, yeah. Keep paddling. We gotta keep that angle. That breath. Yeah, alright. That's what we're looking for. Now reach. Yeah, there you go. Nice. And I want us to think about not really taking a stroke here, but just like playing what pole is for skiers, or like reaching forward and just grabbing one.
Oh, okay, all right. Too early.
Or leaving an eddy.
Depends on which way. If it's going this way, then
Yeah.
that leg goes up.
The way I like to think about it is I should always be showing my butt to the current, all right? Always flashing the current, okay? So, in this case, I'm looking at my left edge because I want to show my butt to the current. When I am entering an eddy, how does it look different? Where's the current coming from?
Going up, you have to
Yeah, so in an eddy, current is pushing upstream back out towards the eddy. Like, look right now, I'm getting pushed out, up, and towards into the current. So, okay, if I'm going to enter the eddy that you guys are in, which edge should I lift up?
Right side.
Yeah.
left.
Left, yeah. So watch me. See that?
Yeah.
Just like what Brooks did, what we have to think about is getting back to this eddy up high. Why might we want to get back to this eddy up high?
It's less work to get into it.
It's less work to get into it, there's less current to cross. That's not going either direction. But why else?
Fun.
If there's a hazard downstream, or if our eddy just ends right here. If I try to catch an eddy that doesn't exist right here, I'm not catching an eddy. If I try to catch an eddy behind the rock, there will always be an eddy. So, we're going to do what Brooks just did. We're going to ferry across, we're going to paddle up, and then we're going to come and try to drive back into this eddy. Go ahead, Trisha. Oh, go
smooth. Almost.